Jennifer Burke is with TeaParty.net. The Tea Party. So confusing. There's a lot of tea parties.
I know. People forget the. Always remind them.
The. I got to interview you once on the Rick Amato show, and so I'm so happy to get to. This was my first time to meet you in real life. Tell us what's going on with Tea Party right now.
You know, the Tea Party continues to be under attack by the government. I don't know how many people have paid attention to the recent hearings by Lois Lerner when she met again with the House Oversight Committee, but you know, as just an everyday American, it's infuriating that Tea Parties and individuals themselves who are members of Tea Parties found themselves attacked by the federal government, having to defend activities, prayers, you know, choices that they've made in their political leanings. And Lois Lerner, our employee, can plead the fifth and not reveal the information that she knows.
Why do you think that she is pleading the fifth? Do you think it's because she herself believes she'll be incriminated because she said something about being fearful for her life? What do you think the truth is there?
I'm not sure why she's pleading the fifth. The emails that came out have already incriminated her, you know, and for Elijah Cummings after the hearing to stand and say there's no evidence that shows anything, it's not true. The emails show that she planned this attack. Now, maybe she's trying to hide. I mean, we've seen many different officials within this government hide information or come out and lie for the administration. Maybe she's protecting someone in Washington, D.C. She's trying to be the
Who? Name names.
I wouldn't doubt, personally, I wouldn't doubt that this comes from Barack Obama. He's created the climate. I mean, the words that he's said in a speech, following that, members of Congress encouraged the IRS to look more into Tea Party organizations. And what's even more scary is that they're still pushing it. Yeah. What was it? Chuck Schumer recently came out and said the IRS needs to continue to look at the Tea Party. This is a scary time in America. This isn't the America that I grew up in or even that existed 10 years ago.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting to me because you know, Daryl Issa had said she's going to testify, she's going to, you know, tell us what we need to know, and then all of a sudden she clams up. Well, I think she's not afraid. I think that she knows Holder's not going to do anything. She knows the Obama administration is not going to do anything to her. So she sits there smugly and says, I'm pleading the fifth. Right. I mean, I don't understand this, and yet I don't know why she's not held in contempt.
Exactly. Well, because Eric Holder won't do it. Look what happened. Eric Holder was held in contempt of Congress. Absolutely nothing happened. And I frankly believe there was no coincidence that she pled the fifth. Elijah Cummings had his little outburst. And even though the hearing was adjourned, she sat there in place staring at him for this whole soap opera to play out. So I think there was collusion on many different levels, but what's even worse is that the stories that are being told by the media, even Obama saying there's not a smidgen of corruption, the investigation isn't over. It's like they're covering their tracks as things are happening in hopes that the people will pay more attention to what they're saying over what is actually real.
Well, it's like Benghazi. It's the same thing. It's just like Benghazi. Don't look over here because we're doing stuff over here. I mean, yes, exactly. I mean, that is the MO of this administration.
And Holder said, don't do to his AGs, don't prosecute anything that you don't believe in. It's up to you. It's your values.
Exactly. So Eric Holder, when this administration first started, I wrote many things talking about how Eric Holder is actually operating as just the personal attorney of Barack Obama. I mean, he was just acting as cover for him, not the American people. And now, exactly, now in addition to that, he's acting as the attorney against the fundamental principles that drive this country. And these are the people that we have running our government today. It's really disturbing.
You know, one thing is certain. When they do this and they put a hit out on the Tea Party and they go to this length, you know they're afraid of you. Yes. You know they're scared of what you're doing, and they are going to try to shut you down. But if you're loud and you get out there and you make the American people aware of what they're doing, which is what you're doing, you're making noise about it. That way, it counteracts what they're doing because they're terrified.
Right.
They're terrified.
And they will. If people are really paying attention, they will have noticed that the more they act an attempt to silence us, and the more the Tea Party and the American people push back, the harder they push. It's Chicago. I mean, we have a bunch of Chicagoites running our government, and that's what we're seeing. We're not being silenced, so they're pushing back harder.
Jennifer, where can people find you? Tell us everything.
You can find
Twitter, everything.
Yes. Okay. Twitter. I'm at Jennifer A. Burke. That's JenniferABurke. And on TPNN, I write 7 to 8 to 9 stories every day on TPNN.com. That's where you can find all my work.
Awesome. Jennifer Burke.
Thank you.